Hey guys, I wanted to give you a little bit more of an explanation of what I'm expecting you to do for the two projects at the end of this semester. I'm in the week one folder, and this is where I'm introducing the two projects so you know right up front what you need to do. Because if you finish these early, you are more than welcome to turn them in early. It doesn't have to be at the end if you finish it. There is no final. Basically, these two projects are your final. So the first one is a live performance critique. Now, the way I've done this in the past is you attend a live performance and you write a critique about it. You can still do that. However, because of COVID-19, I realize that maybe there'll be some restrictions and you won't be able to do that, or you won't feel comfortable doing that. So I'm also going to allow you to watch a video of a live performance. You can do either way. I think in the summer, though, it's pretty easy to do like an outdoor concert of some kind. So you should be able to do it, I would think, the way things are kind of opening up now. So anyway, but you can do either live performance or a video of a performance. So what you're going to do is you're going to attend or watch some kind of live performance. And I'm pretty not picky about what kind of performance it is. I know that school isn't in right now, but like, for example, if you had a kid in a choir at school, you can go to a choir concert, you can go to a band concert. You can go to a church service. You can go to a local venue here that might have a guy off to the side playing guitar and just singing. That is a performance, so that's fine. Church service. If you're not sure about what you want to attend, if you are going to attend a live performance, then just ask me. So basically, I have a table here, which is your rubric, and you're going to just basically fill in the table and answer each question, or fill in whatever information I'm asking for. So for the first part, you're just giving me some overall information about the performance, the name of the performance, performing group, whatever, location, date, time, and so on. And then part two, you're going to choose one piece of music, meaning one song from the concert, and you're going to fill in the information that I'm asking in these tables right here. And so for some of them that might be a little bit more difficult, I've provided a link to some videos to help you to answer those questions, or provide that information. And then part three is your overall impression. Just what did you think? How were they dressed? How were their articulations or stage presence, and so on. So you can either just copy and paste this. This is the same exact table that's here, except I took this other information out and just kind of left the headings on there. You can copy and paste this onto a Word document and just fill in the information. I've also attached a blank table so you can do that as well. So that's the live performance critique, which can be a live performance or a video. And if you do turn this, if you finish it early, please turn it in, because I don't really have a whole lot of time to grade everything at the end of the semester. So if you happen to attend something or watch a video in week 2 or 3, then just go ahead and turn it in, and then I'll get that graded, and that'll be one less thing I have to worry about and you have to worry about at the end of the semester. So that's the live performance critique. Now the other thing that you're going to do is the PowerPoint presentation. So this is going to be your final project. This is your final. Now, this is something that you could be doing as we are going. You can do one section at a time, and I'm going to show you an example of it in just a second, so you kind of get an idea of what I'm looking for. So you're going to make a PowerPoint presentation that has 20 to 30 slides with specific information. This is your rubric. So you're going to cover all the time periods from the Middle Ages to the 20th century that traces the development of Western music. So you're going to be graded on the number of slides. It has to be 20 to 30 slides. Now, I will say this, title slides will not count. So if you want to introduce each section, Middle Ages, Renaissance, Baroque, so on, if it just has those words on the slide, that slide will not count. So if you have 20 slides, but 5 of them are title slides, you really have only 15 slides. So make sure you have the appropriate number of slides. Organization, I'm looking for it to be creative, to be engaging and instructive. So basically, what I'm looking for is, if you were trying to explain the history of Western music to someone that has not taken this class, you can take them through your PowerPoint and they would kind of get a little bit of an idea. They would kind of see, okay, I see how that all kind of flowed, and I get an idea about each time period through the historical events, through other art forms, and also the composers and musical examples. So each time period will have at least one historical or cultural event that is briefly described. What I have some people do is they just sort of list an event. They don't describe it. Just tell me a little bit about it. If you're going to talk about the 100 Years' War, then tell me just a little bit about the 100 Years' War. Maybe have some kind of graphic with it as well, some kind of picture or something. So you have to have at least one historical or cultural event for each time period. You also have to have a major work of art or literature, not musical, art or literature, for each time period. If you do, maybe you, for say the Renaissance, you want to have a picture of the Mona Lisa. Don't just give me the painting or an image of the painting. Also give me some information about the painting, who the artist is, when was it painted, you know, what's significant about it. And also any kind of literature that you want to describe or include. So it's either just one, either piece of art or literature per time period. Musical examples. So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to insert the video into the PowerPoint, but also include the link, because sometimes the video won't work. I don't know why. You'll share it with me, and then I'll see that you put a video, but then sometimes it doesn't play. So make sure the link is there as well. You're going to make sure that you specifically describe the piece. You're going to include the composer, obviously. And if there's any kind of musical terminology that you want to use to describe the piece, make sure that you also define that terminology. Composers. You have to give me information about at least one composer per time period. And I want at least 3 facts. So you're going to include the birthplace, at least 3 facts, and also the style of music for which the composer is most known. Like if you give me Verdi is probably most known for his operas. So you might, just a blurb, Verdi is most known for his operas. So one composer per time period. And then also an important style feature for each time period. Give some descriptions. Don't just say, we had Gregorian chant in the Middle Ages. What is Gregorian chant? Make sure you actually describe it. So you could be talking about opera. You could be talking about some specific type of dance music. So just some kind of style feature, some type of music that was prominent in that time period. And this is worth 100 points. Now, I have introduced this in week 1, but where you're going to turn this in is actually week 5. Now, there really isn't a week 5. It's just basically final week. So this is, and I say this is submitted here. So your final project and your live performance will be submitted in the week 5 folder. Now, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking at for the PowerPoint, this is an example of a former student's PowerPoint presentation. So, hang on, let me go back here. So what they did is they started off with just kind of giving me an overview. They gave me a little timeline here, which you can do that, but you don't need to. Now this is a title slide, so this doesn't count. This is what I'm talking about that doesn't count. It's okay to include them, but just know that this will not count in the slide count. So they gave me an historical event that happened in the Middle Ages. They actually gave me more than one. They gave me a brief description. They gave me a description of some literature and the author, Chaucer, in the Middle Ages, Canterbury Tales. They described a composer, gave me some information about the composer. They gave me an example of a piece of music. Now, what this person did, which I think this is probably the easiest way to do it, whatever composer you choose a piece of music from that composer. So here they've put the video, they've inserted the video, but they've also put the link here, so I can access that as well. And then for style features in the Middle Ages, they told me about Gregorian chant, and they gave me some examples of some instruments. And then they just kind of keep on going. And then at the very end, and this is what I'm looking for citations. Let me see where they started this. So okay, so what they did is they said work slide 3, and then they just gave me links of where they got it. I don't need MLA, APA, whatever. Just give me the slide number and wherever you got the actual information. That's all I need. And that is it, pretty much. So that is your explanation of the 2 final projects. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me, and hopefully I can clarify anything for you. All right.